A crazy WWE TNA Theory, a big debut at New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom, and my review of AEW Dynamite. I'm Oli Davis, and this is the WrestleTalk News.
Support WrestleTalk!
Today, January 4th, is Wrestle Kingdom 18, which has just started as I'm recording this, but will probably be finished by the time you're watching it. So here's something for you, viewer from the future. Wow, Bryan Danielson vs. Okada is match of the year already. Wow, Will Ospreay vs. Jon Moxley vs. David Finlay is match of the year already. Wow, other match from Wrestle Kingdom undercard is match of the year already. But I did get to see one thing. The shock debut of Nick Nemeth, aka the former Dolph Ziggler from WWE. Nemeth was released from WWE in September 2023, meaning his 90-day non-compete clause expired in late December. As part of the IWGP Tag Team winner-takes-all match between Bishamon and Gorillas of Destiny, Nick Nemeth, along with his brother Ryan Nemeth from AEW, showed up in the crowd to watch the match and were very prominently featured on camera. Aside from the WWE-affiliated FCW and OVW over a decade and a half ago, this is the first time Ziggler has appeared in a wrestling promotion that isn't WWE. It's almost weird. It's like seeing The Miz in an MMA fight. Perhaps with New Japan's working relationship with AEW, we could even soon see Ziggler on Ring of Honor television. What would you want to see Ziggler do in New Japan? Let me know in the comments. Think it can't get any crazier than Dolph Ziggler to New Japan confirmed? Well, according to some parts of the interwebs, what's Quad H doing in the Impact Zone? Ahead of Impact Wrestling's Hard to Kill pay-per-view, or should I say premium live event on Saturday the 13th of January, several fan theories are speculating that the soon-to-be rebranded TNA is set to start working with WWE. The speculation and mania seemed to begin when TNA called Hard to Kill a premium live event rather than a pay-per-view in a new trailer for the show. This is a WWE-specific name, with all other major wrestling promotions still calling their pay-per-views, well, pay-per-views. Fans treated that as a smoking gun to connect their own bullet holes. In early December, it was announced that Impact would be relaunching their subscription streaming service as the TNA Plus app, which lets people watch the library of TNA and Impact shows, with the higher tier granting access to their 4 major PLE shows a year. And the company they're partnering with to launch this app? Endeavor Streaming, a subsidiary of Endeavor, the same Endeavor that owns TKO and, by extension, WWE. Everyone's eventually owned by Endeavor, I think. The TNA Plus app is set to be relaunched on the 5th of January, the day after another bit of totally undeniable evidence. WWE's much hyped announcement. Triple H is set to make an announcement today, January 4th, as part of WWE's preview special, which some have connected to the TNA Plus relaunch and the PLE name usage. The Hunter's gonna say TNA and WWE are starting a working relationship. TNA to WWE confirmed. This comes the day after NXT's Charlie Dempsey competing at All Japan to challenge Nakajima for his Triple Crown Championship on January 3rd. It seems WWE is trying to play nice with other promotions around the world. TNA to WWE double confirmed. And there's also the report that current Knockouts champion Trinity, known in WWE as Naomi, could be returning to the promotion soon. With Fightful Select writing, WWE expect her back when her TNA contract expires, which is soon, though it's unclear if this will be after TNA's next pay-per-view, PLE, Hard to Kill on January 13th, or after, which means we could very well be seeing Naomi in the 2024 Royal Rumble. Perhaps it could even be while holding TNA's Knockouts Championship belt, like Mickie James did in 2022. TNA to WWE triple confirmed! Unfortunately, PW Insider then had to come along with all their facts and report that Triple H's preview special announcement isn't about TNA and WWE working together, and there's absolutely nothing to the connection. Which is exactly what they told me about CM Punk to WWE. But I knew! Now it's time for my review of the first AEW Dynamite of 2024 in about 5 minutes. The new year opened on our new world champion, just not technically in the new year, as it was a promo filmed on Saturday the 30th of December 2023 following World's End. Samoa Joe looks great with the title belt, and threatened if anyone tries to take it from him, he'll take everything they love from them, just like he did to MJF. I would have preferred Joe to be on the actual show, though, to kick off AEW's 2024 in the biggest way possible. Thankfully, we got a very good follow-up from the other thing that happened at the end of World's End, Adam Cole's heel promo. This was a completely revamped Cole from the start. Production played his beloved "Here Comes the Boom" entrance music before stopping it to debut a new heel remix. How am I going to chant boom and baby to the cadence I'm used to? He didn't start with his "Who's ready for story time" catchphrase, and the Tron awesomely just read Undisputed, because this faction is now a combination of all your favorite Undisputed Era and Kingdom members: Cole, Roderick Strong, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, and Wardlow. Where's the lie? Cole explained he's not the bad guy here. As soon as MJF didn't need Cole anymore, Max would have turned on him. He just beat him to the punch. I really like this motivation. Originally, MJF and Cole had trust issues with everyone. Max overcame that, but Adam wasn't able to conquer his own demons, thus inheriting the devil moniker from MJF. To me, that doesn't negate Cole and Max's friendship that I emotionally invested so much into over the last half year, which I would have felt a bit cheated by. In this way, perhaps Cole really did value MJF, but his own insecurities got the better of him. A great potential storyline I can't wait to get into in about 8 months' time, because Cole is very injured right now, so it's up to the rest of the Undisputed Kingdom to back up his threat. Strong will be going for the international title, and Wardlow will work his way up to the world title, where he'll do the right thing and forfeit the belt for Cole, which Wardlow reacted to with this facial expression. Essentially, the kid at the back of the class going, "Yeah, right, miss. I'm definitely going to do that homework." Roddy saw it. I reckon that's a long-term build to another Undisputed Era wrestler to replace Wardlow down the line. Where's the lie? In an unexpected awesome babyface positioning for Bullet Club Gold, Jay White of all people interrupted to say he loves what they did to MJF, but he didn't much appreciate being the collateral damage. They were joined by the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass to chase off the Undisputed Kingdom, who were protected and escape by defending Cole, as Dr. Sampson screamed he isn't medically cleared. Having even AEW's most typically heel faction in the Gangbang Gang annoyed with the Undisputed Kingdom, to me, got this new group over even more. The first match of 2024 saw Orange Cassidy defend his International Championship in a spirited bout against Dante Martin. Cassidy did his roll away from the drop zone spot, so Martin impressively springboarded with added airtime, although not whacking wild levels of airtime, for a splash. Cassidy retained with the orange punch. Then Mark Quinn made his return from 13 months out due to injury, reuniting Private Party with Isaiah Cassidy. They put everyone in the tag division on notice, even the Hardys. It's great to see them back, and it really added to the golden era Dynamite feel of this episode. Speaking of the tag titles, House of Black accepted FTR's match for Collision, where, if the House wins, Dax and Cash should disown their own wife and child and join Malachi Black. Wow, things really escalated quickly. Mariah May won her debut match next against Queen Aminata. It was oddly structured, as most of the shine was on Aminata's brief comeback, when this should have been a showcase for May's heel persona. I think we might have all been a bit confused whether she was Toni Storm's downtrodden babyface or a heel sidekick. Thankfully, that was much more cleared up in the post-match interview, where she dumped on Your Local Hometown. This brought out Your Local Hometown wrestler Deonna Purrazzo declaring she is all in and telling May to tell Storm that she will find her. Mariah had a great reply saying, "I'm not the messenger, so go tell her yourself, bitch." They brawled and Purrazzo stood tall. Deonna is such a good wrestler. I'm just concerned about the follow-up here, because I've seen many women get added to AEW where their first feud is to lose to the champion, from which they don't really recover. Cough, Ty Valkyrie facing Jade Cargill, cough. Christian maintained he's held the TNT title for 200 days in a great in-ring promo, which isn't totally accurate when you lose and win it back in one night. He thanked Mother Wayne. He thanked that apple of his eye, Nick Wayne, but turning to Killswitch, he mostly thanked the guy who sealed the deal, the guy who put the last nail in the coffin of Adam Copeland. himself. It was expertly worked at getting the crowd to chant for Luchasaurus. Syres seems to have a scheme with Harley Cameron backstage. Takeshita beat Darby Allin in a fantastic match of the night where I think I only counted 2 different moves. Knees or German suplexes. It's like Kenny Omega blended with Brock Lesnar, but every single execution of those moves was excellent. A sick jumping knee to Darby's bullet dive, 3 rolling German suplexes down the ramp, and the top rope German suplex and knee to win. Takeshita and Hobbs challenge Sting and Darby to a match next week. After a brilliant tournament with the likes of Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, Swerve Strickland and Jay White, we got a 4-way to decide who will challenge first for Eddie Kingston's Triple Crown Championship. Trent, Brian Cage, Brian Keith and Vikingo. I get new year, new me, but AEW have presented these 4 guys as total undercarders, and it was a significant step down from the star power of the C2. Trent won, and he'll be facing Eddie on Collision. It was the main event that got the better rub from C2, as it had 2 of its breakout stars in Swerve Strickland versus Daniel Garcia. They had a really good match, with Swerve somehow managing to work heel while being super over with the crowd, but arguably the best spot didn't even involve him, as Garcia and Prince Nana did the Rock Hogan WrestleMania X8 spot to set up a dance-off. Garcia was put over very strongly in defeat, kicking out of the house call kick and the Swerve stomp, getting a great near fall for himself off Swerve's disbelief, but Strickland won with a JML driver. Swerve went to shake Garcia's hand in the post-match, but Nana low-blowed him instead, which set up the year's first big angle. Hangman Page had already stormed around backstage with fire in his eyes, saying he just wants to beat someone up, having returned from being attacked himself by the Devil Goons. So he ran down to the ring here for a big pull-apart brawl with Swerve, rekindling one of the best feuds from 2023. Strickland had previously said how he'll be coming for the World Championship earlier in the night, so perhaps this will be our #1 contenders match for Revolution. AEW Dynamite is 85%. Now go watch us count down the 10 greatest wrestling themes of all time by clicking the video on the left.